Hello and welcome to the Magna Centre for a very special night of boxing. Tonight we bring the female fight game to the fore with an array of exciting prospects ready to showcase their talents and follow in the footsteps of those who have blazed the trail before them. This is Warriors of Steel, live from the Magna Centre in Rotherham. A very warm welcome to a very exciting, innovative fight night focusing on women's boxing. I have some very special guests to guide us through the night. Hannah Rankin, two-time super welterweight world champion. Spencer Oliver, former bantamweight super champion of Europe and also Commonwealth Games gold medalist. And of course, the lady behind this, the promoter, Susanna Schofield-Obi. Let me come to you first, Hannah. A big night of boxing, but women's boxing has been growing for 10 years since the Olympic Games in London.
Absolutely, we're in for a really exciting night tonight, and it's just a culmination of what's been happening over the last 10 years. Women's boxing is really on the rise and people are really getting behind it, and it's just so exciting to be part of it.
And here we are tonight. Spencer, you've all over the world with boxing. How do you see women's boxing at this time?
Women's boxing is evolving all the time. In the last 2 or 3 years, it really has come to the forefront of the sport. You know, next week we have a massive fight, Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall, that is filling the O2, 20,000 people. So there's a real appetite for women's boxing. And this show here this evening is really a great chance for these young girls to showcase their skills. Lauren Parker gets an opportunity to box for the IBO Intercontinental title. Massive step up, great opportunity for these girls on a big platform. Super excited.
We'll talk more about Lauren in a moment. The lady who's made all this happen, Susanna Schofield-Obi, you were a director at the Royal Mail, you were an entrepreneur in business. Why boxing and why women's boxing?
Well, I'm passionate about the sport and always have been, and I'm sadly old enough to remember the first Tyson of Mike, not Fury, but I love it, and I think women's boxing just needs normalising. It's an incredible sport, it's stimulating and interesting to watch, and just needs more funding, more support, so I put my money where my mouth is, and here we go.
Congratulations to you, and let's hope for a great night tonight. Last one for you, Hannah, for now. Less than 2 weeks ago, you seemed to heal like the Wolverine,
Yes.
The cut on your eye. You lost your world title to Terry Harper. You were two-time, are you coming back for a three-time?
Absolutely. Yeah, first of all, I'm very lucky. I healed very quickly, which is great. Obviously not the results I wanted. I didn't really manage to execute my game plan. So, you know, massive congratulations to Terry and the team. But yeah, no, I'll be back in the new year, working my way back to where I actually belong.
Well, the talking's done. It's time for the walking now. First fight of the night, we're going to have an incredible night, is Paige Goodyear, this welterweight prospect, against Esther Conechner.
So here we go, 4 2-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Both of these two weighed in above that 10 stone 7 limit, but Goodyear will be campaigning.
Good work to the body there from Goodyear, followed by a good right hand, just stepped back and created that opening there from Goodyear. Better start.
So into the 4th and final round here, Paige Goodyear has slowly flipped through the gears in the 2nd and the 3rd, and I think she's going to look to do exactly the same in the 4th, just catching Conechner with a couple there, a left followed by a right.
Yeah, big left hook there from Goodyear at the start of the round, and Conechner certainly felt the weight of that one, and you're right, her punches are a lot more effective than what they look, working the body well there. I have to agree with you there, Andy. I think that over the distance she's going to be much more effective. She's doing really well here against a durable opponent, and for the first time Conechner now really looking, I think she felt the weight of one of those body shots, and Goodyear has sensed that.
So final few seconds, been a good opening fight of the night this. Goodyear's going to be a good fighter to watch because she always looks to get into range. Conechner just trying to let her hands go a bit in the final 10 seconds. As soon as she heard the clapper, just became a little bit more aggressive. And we like what we saw there.
Absolutely. Listen, I saw improvements from her debut, which was very good as well. But I like what she does. She's got a great array of shots. She works the body well. She switches the attacks back upstairs. She's got a great boxing IQ. She controls the space well as well. You know, her amateur pedigree would tell you that she's a good boxer, and she demonstrated some of the skills there. She found her rhythm after a shaky start. It was a slow start, didn't find her rhythm in that first round, but once she got into the rhythm in the second, she dominated that contest.
After 4 rounds of boxing, your referee, Howard Foster, scores the bout. 39-37 in favour of your winner, Paige Goodyear!
Well, we've seen punch power referenced after fights tonight, and it's because there's an innovative form of technology which has been fitted into the fighters' mouthguards. Well, we caught up with the people behind the technology, the sports scientists, and here's what they had to tell us.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mike Loosemore. I'm Professor of Sport and Exercise Medicine at UCL.
I'm Dr. Chris Jones, and I'm Head of Science for Sports and Wellbeing Analytics.
Protect is basically a data gathering instrument. It's fitted into a mouth guard because that securely fits to the base of your skull and doesn't move around. The data we get from the mouth guard is incredibly accurate. It's really the software that sits behind the mouth guard that works out the strength of the punches, the angles of the punches, that's really the huge breakthrough in this field.
The benefits of gathering data is obviously vastly important because it helps us understand what's happening. If we give it a sense from a welfare point of view, if we understand what normal is in competition and in training, and we have our ringside doctors and we see those athletes experience impacts and intensities that are well outside their range, you've got that information from that data to actually make an informed decision on what you need to do.
Gathering data is really important, particularly when you're talking about brain health in fighters. This data is instant, but it also gives you a picture of what's been happening to the fighter's brain during training, during a fight, over weeks and over years.
Technology and understanding that data that we get from it is massive in terms of understanding and helping the welfare of fighters. We've done quite a lot of work in boxing, and by understanding what these fighters do in competition and in training really informs what our understanding is and how they recover, and also how you prepare for a fight.
Well, a fascinating development being used for the first time here tonight, and live, of course. Susanna Schofield, our promoter. Well-being and safeguarding is the bottom line with these mouth guards, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you know, I think this is such an amazing piece of technology that's come forward that we can now really start to not only monitor how people have been hit, but the damage it could potentially do. And you know, we've said it's an inherently dangerous sport, but there are ways of making this safer, and I think by using this technology, it's groundbreaking. You know, I'm very grateful to the British Boxing Board of Control for approving this as the first professional fight to wear it. All the fighters here are wearing it, so the data coming out of this is going to be exceptional. And moving forward, it will allow us to look at menstrual cycles and all those sorts of things which are so important in women's fights and have been overlooked to date.
I can ask you, Hannah, you are a professional fighter, you have been twice a world champion. Is it the kind of thing that you'd like in your mouth, you being monitored in training and in
Sounds a bit Big Brother, doesn't it?
being watched, everything you do in training and fighting?
No, do you know what? I can see the benefits of these things. It's great that we're actually bringing some technology and science into boxing. You know, there's a lot of things that can be looked at, and this is a starting point, like you said. There's a lot of things, especially with female fighters, and the differences between men and women. So these things do need to be looked at, and I'd love to learn a little bit more about it because it's quite exciting, really, and it's really great to see that all of the fighters are wearing it.
And finally, Susanna, there's also potentially the chance to check out the fight stats, the power stats, and have almost like a VAR system as they use in football for boxing.
Absolutely, and it will never overtake the decisions of the referee, of course, but it will just underpin what goes on. So up until now, punch stats have kind of been someone pressing a button to count the stats, but actually now this is monitoring how hard the hit is, whether it's been a backward or a side, the damage that can do. But I just think, you know, it's really underpins, and we're sharing some of the data today with the fans at home watching, and that's great. I just think it brings boxing really alive with some really interesting information.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 6 rounds of boxing in the flyweight division, and boxing out of the red corner in the blue shorts, weighing in at 7 stone and 7 pounds, making her 22nd appearance in the ring tonight. From Kiskoros, Hungary, please welcome Judith the Tigress Hatchbold! And And boxing out of the blue corner in the red and black shorts, weighing in at 7 stone, 5 pounds and 4 ounces, with a record of 2 wins from Belfast, Northern Ireland, it's Christina O'Hara McCafferty!
And started very well here, timing's great, shot selection's good, showing good patience as well, switching the shots to the body and head, and Hatchbold already feeling the weight of those shots. This is going to be a tough night tonight for Judith Hatchbold. As you can see, O'Hara McCafferty has already found that range. She's got good levers, she switches the attacks from body to head, great shot selection and working well here in this opening round. You can see that with the timing there of O'Hara McCafferty. She throws the jab, she spears the jab out, and as Hatchbold pushes forward, she takes just a little step back, but she's still in range to come back with her own shots again. This is great boxing skills here from O'Hara McCafferty. Really is. She's dominating this just because she's controlling the space so well. Jabs working well. She's working everything off that. Lovely boxing skills here.
That was in a European title fight 5 years ago in the 3rd round against a fighter called Joanna Pastrana.
Hatchbold just trying to turn things around here in this 4th round. She's going to try and give it a go. She's upping the tempo because what she's doing is not working. She can't close the gap. She can't close the distance. She's not got enough shot selection. She's a little terrier. She likes to get inside and work the shots when she can. But O'Hara McCafferty doing a great good job of controlling the distance, throwing the shots round the side, stepping off to the side, and now we see Hatchbold smiling, dropping the hands. That's a sign of frustration.
All is not absolutely well. As you say, she's doing her absolute best here. Lovely right-hand counter there from O'Hara McCafferty as Hatchbold was on her way forward. Hatchbold manages to recover, sets her feet and starts swinging again. But that was a great example of what O'Hara McCafferty can do.
Looping right hand over the top, body shot goes in as well, and Hatchbold just seems to be coming apart here. Steady pressure from O'Hara McCafferty, stalking forward and slowly but surely, systematically breaking Hatchbold down. Yeah, I've got to tell you, Andy, I don't know how long they're going to be able to hold O'Hara McCafferty back. You talked about that amateur pedigree that she's got. She's boxed all over the world. You can see how well schooled she is, but this girl's going to be difficult to hold back. There won't be long before she's fighting for titles. She's going to be one of those girls that after 6 or 7 fights is going to be involved in world titles. She really is, because she's so dominant. You know, she looks so comfortable in there. She's adjusted from the amateur game to the professional ranks so well. She's got a good height there to go through to sort of bantam, super bantam. I really think she's got the ability to do that. Very impressed with this girl. And she's looking for a grandstand finish. The placard goes, and Hatchbold looking a little unsteady. Good right hand again there from McCafferty. What a finish to a brilliant performance for me there. I thought she dominated every second of every round there over the 6 rounds. This girl is going to be hard to stop.
Well, from one talent to another, Lauren Parker has been putting in the hard yards as well, as she, for Unified Promotions, makes her first shot at a title. Here's what she told us.
My name is Lauren Parker. I'm a professional boxer. I've been boxing for 12 years now, I would say, in total. I actually started out doing a little bit of kickboxing. My dad used to take me to kickboxing shows. I just remember seeing the girls on the show boxing, and to be honest, I was just massively inspired by that. I think women's boxing recently has grown phenomenally. You know, when I first started boxing, I'd be the only girl in the gym, but now you walk through the door and you're seeing other young girls sort of coming through. I still think that there is room for improvement, you know, because you've obviously got the main ladies that you know about, but there is a lot of fighters underneath those women who have got a hell of a lot of potential that aren't actually given that shot to be able to put that out there. Alongside boxing, I have got my own business. I'm a self-employed personal trainer. I've cut my work down a little bit so that I can put more time into the boxing. I feel like I've got the ability to work around it to make it suit me. We're moving in the right direction, and with the right opportunities, like naturally your mindset is there and you become driven with the better opportunities that are given to me. With the opportunities, you just rise to the occasion.
So Lauren Parker up against Edna Maltos, and as Gareth said, Maltos with a kind of half and half record. Parker had a little bit of a blip early-ish in her career, lost a fight against Danny Hodges and picked up a draw not that long after that. Maltos has got a lot more rounds under her belt, and the pair of them both 31 years old.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Susanna Schofield and Unified Promotions are proud to present the main event of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing for the vacant IBO Intercontinental Super Flyweight title. Boxing out of the red corner in the pink shorts, weighing in at 8 stone, 1 pound and 4 ounces, with a record of 5 wins, 1 by way of knockout, against 7 losses and 1 draw. From Musquis, Mexico, it's Edna Maltos! And boxing out of the blue corner in the white and blue shorts, weighing in at 8 stone, 1 pound and 4 ounces, with a record of 6 wins, 1 by way of knockout, against 1 loss and 1 draw. From Letchworth, Hertfordshire, it's Lauren the Lionheart Parker!
Nice and relaxed. Let a big left hook go there. Big right hand going through as well. Looks like she means business tonight. Lauren Parker looks in tremendous condition. She really does.
Launched that right. That was a good jab into the body there. She sunk that one in, and she's going to need that. It just shuffles in. But Parker, I think, is growing in confidence here. Really sits down on the right hand, and that was a good shot. And you could just see Maltos take a half step back there, but we were perfectly side onto that. The balance was ideal, exactly where it needed to be. And again there, she's just teed off with a left hook off the back of that right, and all of a sudden that radar is latched on, and she has absolutely found that distance. There's that right to the body that she's looking for. Maltos gets in tight there and tries to find the left, but Parker is happy to trade at that middle distance as well. When it gets there, you would think that it would suit Maltos. Nice upper body movement, slipped underneath and fired the left into the body. Good combination there too. The Maltos hasn't really, since that earlier round, looked hurt at any point. She took that stagger step, the wet legs went just a touch when a right hand landed earlier.
Like a little alarm call, wasn't it? It's Maltos just sort of like a little wake up call. Don't get caught by any of those again, and if you do, soak it up, and that's exactly what she's done. To her credit, Maltos, she's pushing forward. She hasn't been disheartened. She's been caught by some big shots like that right hand over the top again. That was the one that done the damage in the first place. Good work again here from Parker in this 6th round. Great exchange here from both girls.
Those two just trading in the centre of the ring there. The 2 better shots were from Parker, but Maltos was able to take them. She's got a solid chin, and again there just moves in, looks to whack away to the body. Still has enough.
Yeah, good work here from Parker. She's doing everything. She's staying disciplined, chopping the right hand in. Lovely shot. Little uppercut on the inside as well. Good work on the short. Good work on the inside here from Parker. She's feeling the pace. You can see that the legs are a little uncoordinated, but she's fighting down here and sticking to what she has to do, working so well.
She did some really good stuff in that last 30 seconds, some nice variety, the uppercuts, and there's that upper body movement again, and just lifts back up and throws that.
Well, she just needs to keep it together now, keep those hands up, hands are dropping, now she needs to move her head off that work, throwing the jab, slip side to side, don't sit in the pocket, don't stay on the line. This is going to be a tough 2 minutes here. Maltos is pushing forward, she's taking deep breaths. Tremendous action from both girls here.
He's barely had to get involved in this one.
Heads knocking together on the inside there as well. Both girls are now feeling the pace. Maltos sucking up the air, pushing forward. Parker showing that grit and determination.
Lovely left hook there from Parker, and followed it up with that right hand. You could see the sweat just spraying up ahead there of Maltos, who once more just keeps coming forward, just making Parker fight every second of every minute of every round, and that is what she has done right from the beginning of this. And Parker has needed all of that stamina, all of that work put in the gym to stand up to this test, because if you were lacking in any way in terms of your gas tank, then someone like this would find you out.
I've got to tell you, Andy, what a performance. What a fight, actually. Maltos made a great fight of that. She forced it as we expected her to, showed how tough she is in those penultimate rounds. She really pushed it, but guess what? Lauren Parker showed us that she's got what it takes to become a champion. She showed us that she can fight down on the gum shield, because guess what? When you get into those later rounds, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's when it becomes hard. The technical stuff goes out the window, and you've got to bite down on the gum shield, and it becomes a mental battle. And it's all about your mental strength, how you can get through those rounds. We didn't know that about Lauren Parker, but we found that out tonight. This girl showed championship quality, and she's going to run out a deserving winner there. But a credit to Maltos, who come and give it a real go.
And now, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecard. Terry O'Connor scores the fight 99-92. Bob Williams scores the bout 191. Howard Foster scores the fight 99-91. For a unanimous decision, for the winner and the new IBO Intercontinental Super Flyweight Champion, Lauren Parker!
So Lauren, and the new. That's what everybody wants to hear, but wow, she made you work hard for that.
Do you know what? I knew she was going to be durable. I'd had a little look at some of her previous fights and stuff, and being a Mexican as well, what they all say, tough as nails. And yeah, I think I tried to load up at points in there, and maybe I should have probably just boxed a little bit more, but do you know what? I was hitting cleanly, scoring the points, and yeah, I come out with a wide win, so I'm pleased.
But that's the great thing about going 10 rounds, because you have to navigate your way through it. There were a couple of times where I think you rightly felt she might be ready to go and she wasn't, but that's what you learn.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I've done other rounds before and I've loaded up and, you know, not gassed out, but felt quite tired, where I've learned from those fights, and going in with the 10 rounds, you know, I've been given advice, you know, manage the rounds correctly, and yeah, I think I tried to do that. I didn't set off too quickly, because, you know, it's a marathon getting in there for 10 rounds. So yeah, I think I paced it well, and like I said, got out, and this is mine now.
Well, no, it's a great reward. Spencer was saying that all fighters, they all feel like they know they can do the 10 rounds, and their trainer knows they can do the 10 rounds. But like he said, you don't know until you know.
Exactly. Do you know what? I'm not going to lie. Like, she was a tough opponent, and I was loading up, and yeah, don't get me wrong, you get tired over 10 rounds, but I surprisingly felt good. I felt fit, and I genuinely think it comes down to this man, because I literally owe him so much. The work he puts me through, I hate him most days, but it paid off, and I felt comfortable in there, and that's what it's all about, feeling comfortable when you're boxing. I don't want to be round 3, 4 in and feeling, oh my God, just get me out of there. To be honest, I felt good. You know, I was glad the 10 rounds was up and we were done, but probably could have gone again. So yeah, it's down to the training that we do. Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's been a great few weeks for the gym. What did it feel like to box in this kind of setting? You know, co-main event, it's pretty packed in here. We've got a great platform.
I mean, amazing. You know, if you look at my record, I've only done 4 rounders, 1 6-rounder, straight to a 10 rounder. You know, we boxed at a hotel prior to this, so stepping up in an arena, you know, with a good walkout, all the lighting, everything, all coming together, all the cameras. It was a big step up, but I felt I handled it well. I tried to keep calm, you know, and I got my good pal Ebony Bridges over there. You know, she told me, you know, just keep calm and just pace the rounds out, and it's exactly what I did. And I felt that advice went down the treat. So. Okay,
congratulations, well done. Maybe even have the day off tomorrow.
I'd love a day off. That would be great.
Three.